morning, Flagstaff in Northern Arizona, and welcome to the fifth quarter. My name's Tommy Hernandez, and I'll be one of your hosts today. I'm super excited for today's show. We have one of Flagstaff's favorite families. The Wetzel family will be joining us, but I will first bring on my co-host today, Katie Blackett Schneider. Katie, how you doing?
Hey, Tommy, I'm good. It's good to be back here. Instead of being a guest, I get to be a co-host. I love it. I
Right?
love coming back to the Flagstaff podcast.
Yeah, it's a great opportunity. I'm always eagerly waiting on the bench for my opportunity to step in and fill the role from the starters, Danny and Tyrone. They do a great job. So we have a little pressure on us to put on a good show today.
We do. I actually have some history with this family. So while we're going to talk with John and Joden Wetzel, their grandfather, Jaden's grandfather and John's father, the other John Wetzel, was my PE teacher at Knowles Elementary back in the day and made such a lasting impact on me. I got to reunite with him at the Flagstaff Sports Hall of Fame back in August. So when I heard that I get to talk to his son and grandson, I just thought this is like paying it forward for their grandfather and father who gave me a lot of good advice growing up.
Yeah, that's awesome. I have a lot of history with them too. Actually, John's mom was my son's teacher at SFD, so SFDA, and so they've had an impact on a lot of Flagstaff families. But before we bring them on, we'll kind of do a little rundown of what's going on in Flagstaff and sports. First and foremost, I want to congratulate Tyrone and the Flagstaff flag football team and their inaugural season. They lost last night to Campo Verde in a hard fought game, and what a amazing first season. They had a tremendous run, and it looked like so much fun. The girls were out there having a great time. They've talked about it before. You have softball players and soccer players and all these different athletes coming together to play a new sport. So and Tyrone did a great job at leading that team to a successful season. And I just want to give them a huge shout out. They made Flagstaff proud, and I'm sure all the football players in town super proud for what they've been able to do. Were you able to keep up with them at all?
I wasn't no, but I mean, like I am the biggest supporter of girls sports in general. And then you talk about girls breaking into a new sport and doing some good work. I love the support Flagstaff is giving that. I mean, Flagstaff has never had a problem supporting their youth athletes and, go girls. Just pull that flag. I love it. I love hearing it.
Yeah, so exciting. So big shout out to them. Last night was the volleyball rivalry game at Flag High. Flag High swept Coconino. Beth Haglund's been doing her thing there since I was in high school, so she's run a successful program and she continues to just rebuild every year. And so congratulations to Flag High as they move on to prepare for the playoffs. Coconino struggled a little bit, but they have a new coach and some rebuilding there, so I know some great things will come for their program. So just all the best to Coconino and keep working hard. And I know you'll be back. It happens. We have football. Coconino is hosting Prescott tonight. I think Coconino's still in the playoff run. And Flag High, I believe, is hosting Bradshaw Mountain. So good luck to all the football players tonight. Play hard, be safe, and we'll be cheering you on. So excited to see some Friday night lights happening tonight.
Yeah.
And
Perfect night for
so
it.
we'll get it. Absolutely, we'll get in more to football here in a second. But I know all the winter sports are preparing to happen. Tyrone's going to go straight from the gridiron to the hardwood here as basketball starting. I know tryouts are coming up. Good luck to Cassie Schrader, Coconino, and Coach Johnson and Neil and all the basketball players. Soccer's, I believe, is also a winter sport. All the wrestlers. So good luck to all the winter sport athletes. We're looking forward to watching you and cheering you on.
Yeah.
But without further ado, why don't you introduce our guest for today?
Joden and John Wetzel. So, like we said, the family of legacy, right? I mean, they have just we all know them. They've all made an impact on us. Joden, the third of the sons, the youngest boy, he is a junior at Flag High School. Amazing athlete, like all his brothers are, but this is his time. We're going to let him talk about all his yardage and all his accomplishments. John, let's not forget those of us who knew John in his athletic days as well. Coach, athlete extraordinaire. Can't wait to hear about them. Can't wait to see the bond and hear their advice on the father-son dynamo, not just with athletics, but being a student athlete. That's kind of been their legacy, family legacy. Can't wait to hear from them. Great family legacy. We feel honored that you guys are here. Let's bring you both on.
Thank you.
Perfect.
Right.
Thanks, Katie. Thank you, Tommy.
Yeah, welcome, guys. Good to see you.
Quite the introduction.
Welcome.
Cool.
Well, awesome. So, how we usually start the show, we'll just have you guys say a little piece about yourselves for those that might not know you. And so John, we'll start with you. Just a little bit about your background and who you are, and
Yeah, just
start there.
born and raised in Flagstaff. Went to Flag High, along with most of my family. My mom and dad both attended Flag High. My wife had a chance after high school to play a little college ball, junior college ball in Phoenix, and I actually got to play some time in Europe. Spent some time in Europe playing over there as well, with Coach Roger Schmuck from Mesa Community College, who was a legend at ASU, phenomenal baseball player. So learned a lot from him, and kids, 3 boys going through the high school system as well, and yeah, it's just been cool. It's just been really cool. I think I said my wife attended there as well. So yeah, it's just been a neat thing to see the kids be able to kind of follow in the family's footsteps and compete in athletics and do well in school as well. And so yeah, it's been a fun ride.
Yeah, absolutely. I know you're a couple years ahead of me at Flag High, and you're someone I always looked up to on the diamond there. So it's good that we've stayed in contact. I always enjoy seeing you and talking to you, and a lot of similar backgrounds. My parents went to Flag High as well, and so it's cool to see local folks stay local. So
Right.
Joden, welcome. And
Welcome.
why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself?
Yeah, born and raised, I grew up playing sports around with my brothers, always helping me, always encouraging me, pushing me to my best. I fell in love with football at a young age and just kept going with it.
Awesome.
And you get to be out of school this morning, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's gonna miss the class.
Miss class, I love it. It's important.
Yeah, so something Katie and I were talking about prior to the show was also we wanted to put this on notice. You just received an academic letter.
Yeah.
And how important that is. I mean, it's not all about we just don't want to praise the athletic accomplishments, but academic as well. So big congratulations on that academic letter. That's huge.
Thank you.
John, based on your legacy, because you have seen Flagstaff as an athlete, as a coach, and now as a father. So those of us who, grew up doing sports and have a similar, path as you, I'd love to hear what your thoughts are on how you see Flagstaff sports changing in the last, 20, 30, however many years, from being a youth athlete to a coach to now a parent. Tell us what you're seeing in Flagstaff with that transition.
Yeah, it just seems like there's a lot more opportunity for kids now to play the sports that they want to play. There's clubs, and that can be year round. That type of outlet didn't exist 20, 30 years ago when I was playing, and I wish that it was. So that's great. That's great. Some of the kids, and I understand, do get into a travel situation or a club situation, and they stick with that, and it becomes just kind of a one sport a kid. And that's the one thing that's sort of I wish they would just kind of expand a little bit. I've always been encouraging our kids to play multiple sports and to do multiple things, and try not to get bogged down in just doing one thing. But I understand, and I do get it. But that's sort of the one thing that I wish kids wouldn't just sort of get pigeonholed into as much.
Gosh, completely agree.
Yeah.
Parent, we struggle with that, right? We want our kids to do multiple sports, yet we've got coaches and clubs saying, no, it's going to take up every day, all your time, all your money. So it's a really valid point that, balancing what your competitive club sport is going to tell you versus what you think is, the best thing for your kid. I love
Right.
hearing that.
Right.
Absolutely. We all know the benefits of being a multi-sport athlete. I think back in our day, we did play a little bit of everything, and I think it benefited. But getting dialed in as you get older is something that I think has to happen if you want to compete at the next level with the competition that's out there. Joden, I just want to ask you, being the youngest of three brothers, both your brothers were great athletes. How did they push you? How was it? How was it growing up and with being the youngest of three brothers?
Growing up was good. They always would bring me to the field, help me, push me. I was this little kid helping with Marcus, my brother's trainer. He would always train me, push me to my hardest. And I just felt like that helped me because growing up, I always know to push it to my limits now.
Awesome. I know. Yeah, get pushed around by the older brothers, and you're probably taller than them now, huh?
He bullies up on everybody now.
Awesome. Yeah. Are you playing any other sports right now, or are you just
I don't know. Probably not.
okay?
He's
Probably not.
he's played basketball, and he's kind of contemplating maybe going out for wrestling this year. So we're kind of throwing that around a little bit. So we'll see. We encourage him just to do whatever.
Right.
Do your brothers still come out and support you, or are they off doing their own things, or are they still out there cheering you on?
Yeah, they still cheer me on.
They still cheer you on. Oh, that's great. How many windows have you all broken of your parents' house with various balls going through them? Too many. Yeah. I should ask your mother too, right?
We probably broke more things inside the house than windows.
Yeah. Yeah.
Awesome. How fun. I know, John, tell me about the bond that sports has brought for you and your boys. I know you being an athlete and having your boys all playing. I know sports can provide a good opportunity to bond and get closer and build. So how has that been for you and your boys?
It's been great. I've coached all of my boys in one sport or another. I coached all through Little League. I even had a chance to coach Jared when he was in high school, when he was a freshman, and that was really kind of a neat experience. And I wasn't really excited about coaching in high school. I kind of had my arm twisted to coach because we didn't have one. Just because I've been coaching Jared my whole life, and I thought it's a good time to kind of step away and let him experience other coaching and just not have Dad kind of being around. But that was a really fun year. The year that Jared was a freshman, I got to help coach and really enjoyed that. But I've just been involved any way I can, except for when they get to high school. I feel like that's a point where they can probably go on and do okay without Dad being around. And I, to be honest with you, I don't mind sitting up in the stands and being a spectator.
Right.
But it has been, we sit around on the weekends and watch football. All of us, Jared will come over to the house, and it's just great. We can all sit around and talk football or just talk sports, talk whatever. And so yeah, to answer your question, it's just created a great bond. And yeah, I wouldn't trade it for anything.
Now, are you all cheering for the same team on the weekends, or are you house divided? There's some battles. What are the battles?
It's very much divided. So we've got we're all over the place. Yeah. I mean, Jace is a Bengals fan, and
Cardinals,
49ers, Patriots. So yeah, we're a mess.
You guys are all over. Are you at least all supporting the Diamondbacks now?
Yeah,
we are. Yeah.
Okay.
We've been trying like heck to try to find some tickets, but we're not gonna spend what they're asking.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
So Joden, you're a junior, you're you know, everybody's going to be asking you the same question. What is next? And do you know what's next? And are you sick of people asking you that? What's next in terms of work, school, sport? You know, there's so many different awesome paths for you.
I don't know yet. Whatever comes my way, comes my way. But you know, I would like to play football in college. So whoever offers me, but whatever, you know.
Yeah. How do you feel about leaving Arizona? Is that
Yeah. I don't really
okay?
know yet what I want to do or where I want to go, but just
Yeah.
it all depends on who offers and the offers they give me. So
Yeah. What types of things in school do you like to study? What do you think you'd be interested in?
something with like sports and academics, or not athletics, because I'm a really athletic guy. So I like to something around there, like coaching or physical training or somewhere in that nature. But
Yeah. Follow the steps of your dad and grandpa. Yeah.
Yeah.
How do you balance being a student athlete now?
I balance it by like finding time to do my work and study and all that good things. But I also got to take time and practice and focus on football. So
Yeah, prioritize.
yeah.
Yeah. John, do you have to nudge him much, or is he pretty good?
You know, I don't have to. Jaden is just he's a go-getter, and he always has been. You know, he's up early, he's on, you're going to school, practice, come home, eat dinner, and
This season you're closing in on 1,000 yards. So where were you at last year? I didn't get a chance to check, but how did you do your sophomore year?
I had like 400 yards and 3 touchdowns.
Okay, so way more than doubled it. So that's awesome. That's awesome. Do you feel like you're coming into stride right now, and
Yeah.
and you're feeling good? Feeling good? You're gonna get that 1,000 tonight?
Yeah. Yes, sir.
Awesome. Yeah, we'll definitely be rooting you on. I know. And it's a home game tonight.
It's away at Bradshaw.
Oh, it's away.
Yeah.
Okay. So I think Coconino's home. You guys are way down in Bradshaw, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Perfect. So I know you and Chase, you both came up together. You're pretty young. How's that connection been?
It's been great. You know, after school we go and get food and hang out, and that bond just on and off the field just really helps our, you know, our bond and our chemistry on the field. And it helps us, you know, when he needs something, I can tell him in the pocket, or if he needs more protection or needs me to go on a route, I can just tell him and he'll know what I do. So that connection is really good.
That's awesome. Yeah, it's been awesome watching you guys come up. You know, you guys are the sons of a couple of my buddies. So, you know, I watch you guys closely as a lot of people do in Flagstaff in Northern Arizona. Sometimes you guys don't see it, but with the days now of streaming and everything, there's so many people that are out there and able to watch you guys and cheering you on. So many alumni out there. So you guys are definitely making us proud, all of us Eagle alum, and so many people are cheering and watching you guys. It's been super fun watching a couple of, you know, young studs come up together and develop and bond, and I could tell you could tell when kids have a close relationship off the field as well. And I kind of felt that was the you know, the deal with you and Chase. So um, definitely cool to see. Um, so I know you've done an unofficial visit at NAU. So
Yeah.
is becoming a lumberjack an opportunity?
Yeah.
All right. I mean, that'd be awesome to see as an NAU alum as well, and an NAU football fan. That'd be great to see. So hopefully that'll work out, and you stay here in town. So we'd love to see you do that. I know a lot of great former Eagles have done that. Ben Petrucci and a whole bunch of guys from back in the day have stayed and played at NAU and been successful. So I'm rooting for that.
Jaden,
know-
I'm going to make a plug for CU. You can see I'm wearing my, it is prime time, no pun intended, prime time. If you want to start to go a little bit towards the Rocky Mountains, I just want to plug that CU prime opportunity for you.
That's kind of funny that you would mention that, because he's a good friend of the family, James Dugan, who was a legend here in Flagstaff. reached out a couple weeks ago and said, Jaden, you ought to think about Colorado.
Jaden, I'll invite you to Sunday dinner if you come.
Okay.
That's awesome. Well, good. So John, tell me a little bit about I didn't know. I knew a lot about you. I didn't know you played in Europe. How did that happen, and how was that experience?
That was a neat experience. There was a couple of us from Flagstaff that were chosen to play on the team. It was a Team USA based, Arizona based team. And I don't know if you remember Jimmy Stallnacker.
I do, yeah.
He and I went, and most of the other players were already established, playing in college, in Phoenix, GCU, a lot of the community colleges. So it was just a neat opportunity for us to go over and play and baseball in Europe. I mean, even to this day is not, it's not real big. And even, 30 years ago when we went, it just was pretty much non-existent, but it was kind of cool to go over and play some of the teams from Europe and a lot of teams that were based, military based families and stuff like that. But to go and promote the game and to go to these different towns and countries, and we were in Switzerland, we were in Germany and a couple different places. So it was neat to just kind of travel and just kind of promote the game.
That's
Love that.
awesome. What an experience, man. That's definitely something good, Katie.
No, I was going to say, I mean, traveling at a young age, traveling the world all over Europe. I mean, you can't teach that stuff in school, right? Good. That's such a great experience.
Right. Yeah, it was neat. And it was, at being 18, 19 years old, you probably don't appreciate it as much as I would now. Obviously, if I got to, I probably, because we were young and we were just having a lot of fun. And there were a lot of teams, teams from France and Germany, Italy, Switzerland. And so it was neat to see. They were, more than anything, we were just trying to, again, promote and be kind of an instruction to help them. And we did get to play some games, and there were a few teams that were pretty competitive, but overall, not too much. But it was a great experience. It was something, I'll never forget.
Yeah, that's awesome. Very fun. So Jaden, how is coming in from an underclassman and now as a junior, how do you feel about taking a leadership role on the team? How does that fit you?
I gotta take it because I gotta look up to my underclassmen. I gotta show them what they showed me my freshman year, and I gotta prove to them, and I gotta be the best on the field, and I gotta be the best on the field, off the field, and I gotta teach them and show them the ways and how to play at a varsity level.
Absolutely. That's a great thing about team sports is, you get mentored by some of the guys you look up to, and going full circle and having the opportunity to mentor your younger underclassmen is an awesome opportunity, and I could tell you take it seriously. You have fun with the younger guys? You
Yeah.
have fun with them?
Yeah, I know a lot of them, so I have a great bond with them, but just gotta, push them, and like my brothers did to me, just so they can play on a varsity level and get to where I am right now.
Absolutely. So you played tonight, and then next Friday is the rivalry game, right?
Yes, sir.
That's always huge. And is this at the Dome this year?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And how you feeling about that?
I'm ready.
How's that get your blood going?
Yeah, can't wait.
What is what do your coaches tell you about that rivalry game? Because it's not just any game. I mean, there's a lot going on in everybody's head and in the media prior to that. So what do your coaches kind of tell you to keep you focused on the sport?
They haven't really told us anything yet, but as the week comes up, they'll definitely tell us, and then I'll tell the younger players, and just stay focused, stay calm. There's a big crowd, but just go out and have fun, play your game, and it'll be a good game. I'm excited.
Absolutely. I think Flagstaff and Russell Woods and everybody puts it on notice that, it's a great rivalry and a great time in flag. And one thing that I think is great is that a lot of us came up together. Are you close with some of the players over there?
Uh, a little bit, yeah. I know a couple friends there, and I'm close with a couple of them. But yeah, overall, yeah.
But not on game day, right?
No,
We got to be able to turn it on and off. But yeah, it's fun and it's always competitive, no matter the records, no matter what's happening. That rivalry game could go any which way, and it has, and it's proven to be. You never know. Um, it can break some hearts or make it happen. So it's fun, and I'm excited to watch it. What are some of the things you're going to talk to the underclassmen about as we get into rivalry week?
like I said, just keep a calm head. Stay calm, stay under pressure. There's a lot of people watching. There's a lot of people there, but just go out and do your thing. If you get in, just remember your excitement and do it.
Awesome, awesome. How do you still remember your rivalry games like yesterday, John?
Oh yeah, I do. I was just thinking about my senior year against Coke, and we beat us. They beat us once, and we beat them uh, back in '89. And back then, you had divisionals, and so we Mingus had our number, and they were the top team in the region. So we had to travel down there to play them. Well, that was where the tournament was held, and we actually ended up knocking off Mingus and Coke, and that in that tournament to advance on to the state tournament. So that was kind of cool. So yeah, I still remember that. It's pretty vivid.
And John,
Right.
you're going to have the same rivalry in the stands. Your buddies, who are also dads to the kids out there, are going to be in the stands. So it's like a dual rivalry once you
Yep.
grew up in the town playing with those people. Yeah.
It is. It is. We got a lot of friends over there. Jaden played youth football for the Panthers youth football team, and so most, if not all, those kids are at Coconino. So yeah, we've got a good bond, good friendship with a lot of the parents over there and the kids as well. So it's a good rivalry. It'll be fun. It's one of those things that no matter what the record is at the end of the year, you just kind of throw that out the window and forget about that and just focus on the crosstown rivalry. So hopefully that's the case. We're a little bit healthier now. We got a couple kids back, so you just never know. Like Jaden said, just go out there and just leave it all on the field. And at the end of the day, what happens, and we'll see from there.
Right. Right. Absolutely. It's a special time for Flagstaff. It's fun. Just I went to the volleyball game last night and just the Flag High boys come out with the thunder stick or whatever it's called, and it's so fun to watch from our point, because we grew up doing that, and to see the kids now doing it, and it's so cool and fun, and I don't miss any of the rivalry games, so I'm excited for it. Look forward to seeing friends from both sides come together at the Dome, and it's like a reunion there for us now, huh, John?
It is. It really is.
Yeah, get to watch these boys battle. So you played youth football for the Coconino or for the Panthers team there, Jaden?
Yeah.
When did you start playing football?
I started playing football really young. I forgot what age was I.
Eight.
Fourth grade, third grade. So in
Okay.
Mighty Mites, but started at a young age. Yeah.
Right. And at what point were you like, this is my sport, this is my jam, this is what I want to do?
Probably right after my first season. Yeah.
So it was instantaneous, huh?
I gotta just kind of chime in on that, because we're a pretty big baseball family. We always we didn't really push our kids into baseball, but we kind of thought that's the route they would take. And they really wanted to play football. And Carrie and I were, we weren't real sure we wanted them to play, especially at a young age. And they just bugged us and bugged us and bugged us, and finally thought, you know what, just let them play. We'll let them play for a year. They'll get it out of their system, and it'll be over with. And that's where we couldn't have been more wrong with all three of them. they love football, and they just, so baseball is just a thing that's in the past now. So
Right.
even when they come over on the weekends, man, that's all we ever watch is football. We don't even watch much baseball anymore.
We
I
can't
know
control
that
it.
that could be a tough one to swallow. My oldest son didn't want to play baseball either. I was so excited to coach him, and he's like, I'm gonna rush cross country stuff. I didn't know anything about running, so it's terrible. But But anyways, we're kind of getting to that point in the show. We're going to wrap up. Since there's two of you, we're going to do two golden nugget questions. Katie's going to ask the first one for you, John. Go ahead, Katie.
John, so I'm gonna lean in on your parent coach side. So many of us have our children playing our sports. What is the best advice you can give sports parents like myself in supporting their child in sport, whether it's, you know, what they should do or shouldn't do? What do you want to see more parents do to support their kids in sports?
Well, that's a great question. First of all, I would say just, you know, support your kids in whatever sport they want to play. You know, if you're one of these parents and you want your kid to play football and that's it, then, you know, try to get your head around that and let them do what they want to do and be supported that way. And always be, you know, there's always room for being constructive. And a lot of times with the kids, you know, we would talk about things that happened after a game. And sometimes it was really constructive, you know, and it's some things that they didn't want to hear. But we always try to finish, you know, the conversation or something on a good note, something you did good.
Yeah.
Just really don't want to leave a conversation or leave the kids thinking, God, I really just messed that up. I really just, you know, fouled that up. So that's the one thing, is just always, you know, be supportive and then always find something good that you can talk about and compliment with your son or daughter.
Oh, I love that. I love that. I'm going to remind my husband of that if our son decides to not play soccer. Thank you.
Awesome. Before I ask my question to Jaden, I'm going to give a shout out to Carrie. She's been the ultimate sports mom. We've seen her at everything. We know how important. I know how important it was for me to have my mom at everything, and I see your mom at everything. So shout out to the sports mom out there. And then Jaden. So obviously, varsity football is super competitive. It's another level. What advice do you have for the kids playing youth football right now, just to keep it fun and enjoy the moment? Because it's going to get super competitive at some point. But what advice do you have for them about?
You know, just keep
Playing
going, keep having fun. Just take it step by step. Don't overwhelm yourself. You know, you got life, you got school, you got other things in your way, but you always want to take it piece by piece, and you don't want to overwhelm yourself with football. But you also want to put yourself in football and also get your work done and pursue and, you know, work hard and all that stuff.
That's awesome. That's awesome advice. It's kind of a two-part question. So, getting an academic letter and athletic letter, how do you find that balance to excel in both?
You know, you gotta find your balance. You gotta find when to work on football, when to work on school, when to hang out with friends, when to talk to girls. You know, you always gotta find your balance. So, and I think I've done a pretty good job of that. So.
You definitely seen the
Absolutely.
type. I love hearing the take it as it comes. I think that's such a great piece of advice for student athletes or everybody. Don't get so overwhelmed with what could be or what should be or what's out there. Is just take it as it comes. I think you've got a really good head on your shoulder around that. I think that will help you a lot. I love hearing that.
Thank you.
Yeah, absolutely, man. What a great time I've had with the three of you, and we could probably talk for hours between all of us. But you know, it's Friday and we got to get going. So I definitely appreciate you two coming on and joining us here in the fifth quarter. It's been fun, Katie. Any closing words?
I mean, I want to say go flag high, but then what do I tell the next Coconino person? So I'm going to end with go flag high. Jaden, John, such an honor. Again, tell your father and grandfather, you know, just give them my best. I just really, truly appreciate seeing the legacy in Flagstaff.
Will do. Thank you so much.
Awesome. Appreciate you guys. Have a good weekend and good luck tonight, Jaden.
Thank you.
Good luck.
Thank
Get
you.
them.
Thank you. Appreciate you guys.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Have a good weekend.
You too.
All right. I think you wrapped